just
Sure
before,
did.
it came
Yeah.
on. Yeah, I slammed it down. It's nobody getting an answer now for the next half hour. Only you folks on Mayor's Update get answers in this
That's
half
right.
hour. Again, I know we've switched it around. We came to
Mhm.
Thursday night again this week. I had stuff on Tuesday night I couldn't do. Last night was full.
Last
So
night
we
was
had-
crazy busy.
right.
We had
So
a
we
business
had-
after 5. You had another event in London.
Yep. And so I said, it'll have to be Thursday night. I have to be up early tomorrow morning for another event, but we
Yeah.
can get through tonight.
I've got a big event tomorrow too.
What do you have tomorrow?
Jess's birthday.
Oh, well, way to go. You better be good.
I have to be good.
Yeah,
So happy birthday, Jess, and thanks for putting up with me.
I made it through birthday and Father's Day last weekend.
I know. Happy birthday to you as well.
Thank you. It turned 70. If I had known I would last this long, I would have taken way better care of myself. I keep saying that line, and it's true, right? And then Father's Day was the next day, so I went through a 48-hour kind of extravaganza.
Yeah.
Right. Stephanie, even on her own, went to Caps Off and bought me stout.
Oh,
right, and so I know she loves
right there.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then allowed me to have pizza for dinner. Right.
Wow.
Yeah,
Can you say which pizza you had?
Yeah, it was really funny because we kind of fallen in love with the pizza at Metro.
Yes.
Metro is one of the best pizza places in town.
It's
and as a
quite
former pizza maker and a restaurateur, you may not want to always say that your local grocery store is the best place. But they wrote, "Happy birthday, Mayor" and everything on it too. But
on the pizza?
On the box.
Oh, okay. I was going to do it in pepperoni.
No, that would have been really
impressed.
good. Yeah. Right? Well, so I kind of went like a whole weekend without putting on pants. And,
That's the way to live,
It was my extravaganza weekend, so it worked out pretty well. I got up, put pants on, went to church on Sunday, and then took the back off again and watched baseball. So, yeah. Well, welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight. I've gotten older, so I kind of rattle on more. Can we get lots of questions about the city tonight? Because I've got a little material, and I know Grayden has a little too.
Yep.
It is summer. We have the start of summer tomorrow.
I know.
The longest day of the year, right? And I don't know. I found that every day is only 24 hours long, so I don't get the longest. No, it's the amount of sunshine we get, the lightness. It stays late longer.
It finally feels like summer as of last week, thankfully.
Yeah. Another thing I have found as I've grown older, there are nights when I want to go to bed and it's still light out.
I know.
Have you noticed? You sit there and you go, could it get dark so I can go to bed? Because I have to be up early.
I want to go to bed around 7 pretty much every night
sometimes.
It's like so.
Well, I sometimes make it past 9, but it's still
That's
light
impressive.
Out, right?
Yeah.
No, even with now 3 dogs back in our house, we've rescued another dog, and Paris. It was to be a rescue. I fell in love with her after about 15 minutes.
Oh no!
And so she's staying. She's a lot of fun. So she's a 7-year-old Cavalier King Charles to go with our other 2.
So you're back at 3 dogs again.
3 dogs again. It's a 3-dog night every night in our house. Yeah. So welcome everybody.
We've got Doug Exner on here, and he's saying, "What do you think about the 2035 ICE gas new vehicle sale ban bill being passed, and how it will greatly affect our auto manufacturing industry jobs and economy in St.Thomas and Canada, also not having the freedom of choice in what we can buy?"
Well, I think obviously the customer is always right, and so government shouldn't be telling us what we can build or can't build. However, I do understand that the future of automotive is probably in electric vehicles, but I think a country that is an energy power like Canada with oil and gas, we should use it for as long as we can to do the stuff that we need to do. So I think you're on the right track, Doug. That the government shouldn't be as much regulating it, and certainly not being incentiving it. Like you can get this much if you have an electric car, or you can get this much if you do this. Look, folks, let's let the market do what the market does, and people will make great choices.
Now, they are talking about bringing that incentive back, the electric vehicle incentive. I think to get more people buying electric vehicles.
If that's the intent, then let's let the people who design electric vehicles, and look, I'm the mayor of a community that's going to be electric city, right? Then we've got to find a way to make cars that are as good and the same price in the electric field. Or don't rule out don't force people to go away from internal combustion engines
If you're not going to create
until you're
something
ready
that's
at the point.
comparable or better.
Absolutely. That's just my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I think we can do both and do it well. We are a country that builds well and a labor force that does a great job of it. So let's just go that route.
Mm-hmm. Timothy Hedden has arrived. Well, welcome, Timothy.
Well, welcome. I'm sorry, I didn't hear the fanfare when Timothy came in.
I know. I was kind of surprised that we didn't get that, but maybe next time. Maybe next week.
He must have had his volume turned down.
He probably did.
Yeah, it must have.
Yeah, he's got to really turn up. I mean, he's getting older as well. We all are. So maybe his hearing's going a little bit.
And I see Candace on. Thank you very much, Candace. And congratulations, 10 years in business.
10 years.
I'm sorry I could not make it out. I was at another speaking event last night in London. But way to go. Thank you very, very much.
All right. So council was happening, right?
We did council Monday night. It was a lot of fun. We did some significant work for the last meeting in June. We don't have a meeting again till the 14th of July. We have one meeting in July and one meeting in August. So you know what that does for us?
What does that do?
Well, it makes it a lot easier to schedule mayor's update because we know we could even use a Monday night because we don't have mayor's update.
Oh, that'd be great.
Well, that seems to work out better for us. Maybe we know we set aside council time.
Oh,
right.
And we've got Councillor Catherine de Rosier on there.
Oh, great.
Hi.
Great. From Elmer. The Elmer Community Festival. Is that this weekend?
This weekend, this Saturday.
Oh, I was going to say something about it, but now that Catherine's on, we'll make sure we say something about it.
Absolutely. Catherine, please post a link to the festival in there so everyone knows about it who doesn't know about it yet and has all the information because that's going on all day on Saturday.
Yes.
Now, we're going to try and make it out with my family, but we also have my parents' 50th anniversary on Saturday.
It's a double up, and I've got one of those too because my granddaughter has a ballet recital on Saturday in Etobicoke. So I've been told where I know I will be.
That does happen with families sometimes, doesn't it?
Sometimes. No. Wait, what are my choices?
Yes.
That one.
You made the choice. No.
Yes.
There's only one way to go with that. Sorry. So we'll bring back to council there.
Right. Oh, yeah. I was talking about what we did at council here on Monday night, which is some significant things. Community improvement plan at the food bank. The food bank is asking us for help on the cost of what the buildings and stuff, the renovations to the building at the food bank they're doing. We've said yes in the community improvement funding because, first of all, how do you say no to a food bank that helps just about everybody? And so we're doing that. A draft plan of a new building along South Edge where it's going to end up being a condominium commercial plaza. Yeah. So you would own your own piece of a commercial plaza. What else have we got coming up next? That was the original work. Destination Church is having a car trunk sale. And they asked for temporary parking space closure from the city because their parking lot in the back. We said yes.
Very good.
Railway City Arts and Music Festival, can't be better than that. But they asked for a request for an animal control bylaw, and I think it's pony rides.
Yes,
it's pony rides.
They've had those before. They're fantastic.
Right.
Lily
Sometimes it's a petting zoo, but this time it's pony rides. I don't think we can find a pony that the mayor can ride, but we gave the exemption for them to be able to bring the pony rides in.
Yeah.
Health Recruitment Partnership has struck again. We found another nurse practitioner and two docs this month.
2 docs.
Right. So we continue to strive forward on Health Recruitment Partnership. We're not done yet, folks. St.Thomas needs more, the ability to do a lot more healthcare. And so we've had a great conversation also last week with Judith from the Community Care Health Center, trying to help them out with a location or what else they could do to do even more work than they do. And they work a lot with Indwell and our shelter and other health issues around our community from a mobile point of view, but way to go with them. All right, secondary system water main shutdown. This may affect you because it affects Southwold a lot.
We're on a well, thankfully.
Oh, well, so you're not counting on the water that the rest will. Maybe you could run a hose over to some of your neighbors.
Hey, absolutely.
We're shutting down the water main to do some water, to move pipelines, I guess, is what it is. And so we're warning everyone there may be less water pressure through certain parts of St.Thomas and through Southwold.
Mhm.
The Dalewood Water Reclamation Facility, we just had another update on it. We're doing a force main construction
Mhm.
on Burwell Road, which helps move water and or sewer in one way or another. Um, we've gone out to a design consultation for Fire Station 2.
Mhm.
That's Burwell. That's the fire station at Burwell and South Edgeware.
Mhm.
I think we'll be
The
adding
Redmond
another
Station.
bay there,
Yep.
right, for a larger foam and pumper truck. And also, we're asking for a request for a proposal on the Station 3. Do you know where Station 3 is?
I believe it's out at the Social Services Building on the west end. Is that right?
It's in the Indwell building on
Yes.
Queen Street. Yes, we put a one bay fire bay there. Now we're going to design what it will be and at least see what it might cost for us to turn that into an active fire hall. Right?
Mhm.
We talked about traffic calming, and that was part of last week's
Mhm.
council meeting. Also, we've got some neat new things to do in communities that are requesting us to look at them. First of all, we do what we always do. We send the police out to watch cars that may be going too fast in your neighborhood and see if that doesn't first solve it. But then there's some other steps that our community will now take.
Mhm.
We've launched the new final property tax rates for the city of St. Thomas. Now that doesn't change what the percentage is to your home. We've already shared with you what that would be, but it tells us what the percentage tax rates are for industrial, commercial,
Mhm.
unused commercial, those types of things. And so we've given all those rates are now official for 2025. Next. Orange Shirt Day is coming up on September 30th,
Mhm.
and that is another one that we've obviously honored every year and do
Yes.
a pretty good job. But this year we're going to add the closing of Talbot Street in front of City Hall. So
Mhm.
from on Damon over, because we got such a huge crowd the last number of years, we don't want anybody getting hurt on the street.
Mhm.
So during the presentation and flag raising and speeches, we'll make sure that Talbot Street is closed. You'll be able to go up Princess and around Center and down Mondamon and out,
Yep.
or the other way around too. I wanted to share an event I was at last Friday. I shared it at council. So I'll do the Run the Runway for Jordan.
Yes.
And what a great, first of all, what a great event. What a very
Fantastic
well
event.
run event by the YMCA, and a great fundraiser for sending kids to camp from the YMCA. About 160 5K runners.
Mhm.
Many of them you and I know because we
Yes.
see them every Thursday at Run Club.
Yeah.
At
Caps off.
Caps Off, and a whole kind of kiddie 1K run.
Mhm.
And they got to run out the airport runway and back. And the 5K went down one runway and around and down the other. And it was really quite a great event. Raised over $18,000 to send kids to camp at the YMCA. So I wanted to say thank you to all that helped with that, and certainly to our staff at the airport for making the airport look just that great.
And I've got to say thank you to Chris Patriquin from Simply Pure Water and Fran Dunseith from Caps Off for getting photos to share on established media.
Yeah.
So I can share
They were
about
out
the
there
event.
working for you. I'm
Yeah,
going,
I love
how did
it.
this show up on established media? I didn't see Grayden here. I was here. I had both a stout from Caps Off and some water from Chris and James.
Yeah.
But they were the runners thought this was great, that the amount of community participation that happens in our community. We are going to have this event, I think, annually now, because it also takes place at the Chatham Airport, the Sarnia Airport, and the London Airport. And this was a really fun event, so I'm glad we were able to do it.
Absolutely.
And that is all I have from council from this week. There's other events still happening. There was a lot, and I had to run out of there because we had an event going on at Queso. That you were at, and I had to go attend. It was about homelessness and how you prevent homelessness in your community, the steps you can take to do that.
Social issues are business issues.
There's a Chamber of Commerce.
Yep, we're actually editing it right now.
Great.
And it'll be on Rogers, and then the Chamber's also going to release small clips to share, as well as probably the whole video with the community as well to share all the information, because there was a lot of great information there from all the parties
Right.
involved.
Well, perfect. And it was great to be there. And I got to speak a little bit, but mostly I was there to listen to one of the world's, or I guess the world's,
Mhm.
Canada's greatest expert on homelessness prevention and homelessness action, was there and gave us a very good conversation. I sat there as the mayor going, check. Yes, we're doing that one.
Mhm.
Yes, we are doing that one. We could do better on that.
Yep.
You all know where we're at from a homelessness prevention and homeless elimination move here. When I feel comfortable when we finish the 78 units at Balaclava, we'll be at very close to zero in our community, and not because we did anything special. This council has been phenomenal at making things work, but because Eastwood and Tiny Hope will finish around the same time, and we'll have a lot more housing.
Well, Danielle Nelson did a great talk as well with a lot of information, and talking about like being able to effectively end homelessness in St. Thomas in 2027 for people that want a home. St. Thomas will have a home for them.
Right.
That's incredible.
We will be there, and we can keep that up from then on. We think there's probably at least one other supportive housing building needed in our future, but we just love it when local developers like Doug Terry or the Eastwood Cooperative Housing Group get together and build stuff that will also help us with this. We can't go wrong when the community all pulls the oars in its own direction.
And that was one of the things that Ian said as well, is that you can't just plan one step ahead. And you've said this as well. You need to have 3 steps ahead. You're always building, you're always planning throughout so that you're prepared. And that's what we stopped doing.
Yeah, we don't end.
Yeah.
We carry on. And many other communities are not yet started or just barely started in the first steps of supportive housing or homelessness prevention. Look, we've got still a summer to get through here, and next winter where it will still be tight. We can count on our inn. We can count on the emergency sheltering pieces we can do, but we know we're moving fast, and we know it will help. So great.
So we've got some events that we were asked to share. So Doug Exner was saying, what are your favorite events? Well, I've got a couple.
Go ahead. What are your favorite events?
I would say one of my favorite events is Impact Awards for the Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, that's a great, like a great special fun evening. Yeah, I do agree with you 100%. They've really gone a good way of making it kind of Hollywood-like.
Yeah,
great food, but great presentations. Usually a fantastic guest speaker. I agree with you.
The city's working with us to provide us with the Joe Thornton Center now, one of the ice rinks there. So we have the largest space in the city to hold the event. So we have hundreds of people out celebrating businesses, organizations, and special individuals.
Not-for-profits. I agree. What's your second favorite event in St. Thomas?
So I've got between Oktoberfest and Bridges to Better Business.
Yeah.
Those two are...
Well, you did an indoor one, so I'm going to give you Oktoberfest as your second choice.
There you go.
It was so much fun last year. It was incredible. And we can't, we get the same weather we had last year. We'll top it again. So perfect. Mine? Nostalgia nights.
Yeah.
I get to work downtown among all those beautiful cars and work the kind of information booth. It's like anybody remember Charlie Brown, the psychiatrist, 5 cents? I get to stand there and answer everybody's questions. And people keep coming up from out of town saying, where do we pay?
Right?
You don't pay. This is free. No, but we're parking your car. We've got one of the cars. No, you still don't pay. You can win awards, but you don't pay for being here. So that would be my most favorite thing that way.
I would say another one is the home show that just happened.
Well,
absolutely fantastic.
Why do I like it so much?
You get to talk to everybody.
I get to stand there and talk all weekend, and I do this professionally. Don't try it at home. But no, it's fun. And seeing faces you may not see all the time, and in a place where you might not see them. So we've got lots of things going on, because I even left out the Arts and Music Festival.
Yep.
Right.
Another fantastic event.
Yep.
We got the Horton Market. We got the Wildflowers Market. We have the ECRM Open House that they made it to this year. Sports Spectacular. The Pitch, which the ECR
it was another
Business Resource Center puts on.
Yeah. Who asked us that question? You got us talking about things that we're not trying to cover tonight.
Doug Exner. Thank you, Doug.
Right.
He says his favorite is Nostalgia Nights. We got a question in from Aiden, and it's a bit more complicated.
Right.
So he's saying, what factors do you and other council members consider when deciding whether to approve new suburban housing developments? The reason for my question is in relation to the report presented to council on Monday night regarding the traffic calming in Miller's Pond.
Right.
The report determined that no stop signs or traffic calming measures would be implemented.
Right.
How is it that this is an issue in a newly built subdivision, and how will you ensure that future developments do not face the same issues?
Because when a subdivision agreement comes to us, we see that there is stop signs at where non-arterial roads meet arterial roads, and that's the warrant for a stop sign.
Mm-hmm.
So, standard subdivision street meets an arterial road, that's a place for a stop sign. The case of Miller's Pond on Monday night is many of the streets in Miller's Pond have not yet been seceded to the city of St.Thomas. They're still the developers' roads. Mm-hmm. And so we really can't make rules on those roads other than this first subdivision agreement, right?
Do they have stop signs at the four-way?
Oh, sure. They have stop signs at the main entrance out onto Southdale Road.
Mm-hmm.
They have those things. Traffic calming measures we passed the week before but they are first governed by the police attending the area and making mm-hmm. sure that they can count cars and see how fast cars are going and how many above certain speeds.
So we're talking putting like speed bumps in?
No, we're talking about first monitoring the speeds on the main mm-hmm. roads or on the roads in a subdivision. And then because of that, we'll decide whether it warrants a second stop sign to make a four-way stop. Mm-hmm. I mean, always the main road will be the clear road, and the secondary roads will have a stop sign. Mm-hmm. But if indeed there was a pedestrian issue or something that's caused by excessive traffic or excessive pedestrians, we can we could do a secondary, mm-hmm. four-way stop.
Did you say excessive pedestrians?
Well, I don't. It's in the rules, but I'm sure there's how many it would have to be.
Yeah.
Let's say there was a school right there, and a lot of kids walking out after school and using that as their crosswalk. So that's another thing that could happen. We've also looked at a number of other traffic calming measures that could be recommended by our staff. This mm-hmm. isn't a pick one from column A or column B for the residents, but it is narrowing of roads, removing parking from roads, or mm-hmm. adding parking to both sides of the road to cause it to be a traffic calming situation. Yes. There are times when the removable signs in the middle of the road to make you go slower says go 50 or you idiot. Mm-hmm. No, it doesn't say that, but it probably should sometimes. So that's the answer to the Monday night.
Very good. And we filmed a fantastic beehive with the police service this week with Mike about roundabouts. So the chief was able to share exactly like how you drive a roundabout. And then there were two constables who were also there driving the roundabouts and showing how to do everything. So that'll probably go live. The EDC controls like when those go out, but maybe in 3 weeks or something like that. But it's a fantastic episode. So stay tuned for that one.
Right.
Dale Cummins is saying, why doesn't the city have a parking enforcement officer anymore?
Did all 5 leave? I met a bunch of bylaw officers.
We're still getting tickets.
Yeah, I met a bunch of bylaw officers, and they all do a multiple of things, including parking enforcement. Mm-hmm. And I met them at the staff function we had on Monday. So we do. Look, there's still a lot of bylaw things in our community that are done by neighborhood complaints mm-hmm. or other people's complaints, but no, we enforce our 2-hour parking in most of our downtown parking lots and on the downtown streets. And
those
they do
tickets
a good
are
job.
Steep too, so watch out. Yeah. I've got a couple of them,
right?
So I can tell you they're still working there.
Yeah.
Julian, he's waiting patiently for the Special Olympics to come on and talk. Absolutely, Julian. I think our schedules, we're going to sort our schedules out. We still have to do that. That's on me. I got to sort it out, but probably looking in a month or so, something like that. But we'll figure it all out. All right.
Dale asked me a question further out.
Let me go back up there. Yes, you're going to run in the next election.
I have no reason to think I won't walk fast. I'm getting older and I may not be able to run, but no, look, we got lots still to do in this community. And if I can keep this same council together with me, I will absolutely be the mayor again the next time. I will run to be the mayor the next time.
Mhm.
Look, at these are democratic situations where people get to choose or not choose. So be happy to put my name on a ballot and go forward. That's the plan right now. We're a whole year out from announcing that for next year.
Right.
I think the 1st of May is the first time you can announce or submit papers.
Mhm.
The election really doesn't start taking place till after Labor Day because it's on October 26th of next year. So
Is that when the election is?
October
Has it already
20
been almost 4 years?
yeah,
Wow.
next year. And so right now
Wow.
I'm about a year and 3 months away
It does
from
not feel like that much time has
8
gone
years
by.
of being the mayor. No,
Wow.
no.
Um,
It's aged me considerably. No, I'm just have a
You're
lot of
70 now.
right.
Timothy Hedden is saying he's got a new live performance, so check that out.
He does.
Yeah. And then
Oh yeah,
we've
let's not forget this one.
got participation coming up in St. Thomas.
Your city, and you should see the people who have signed up for this.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people saying, I'm coming out, I'm coming out. We are asking everybody, and we've been asking all along, would you please use the barcode on the website or on the posters and tell us what activity you're doing so we can
Mhm.
be judged as one of the active committees or communities in Ontario or in Canada. And so we're doing a special event June 21st, Saturday,
Mhm.
between 11 and 2 in Pinafore Park.
Mhm.
Go on out there. You'll see where the crowd is because we've got people playing pickleball. We've got people running. We've got people throwing frisbee. We've got a lot of stuff going on. I want to thank the City Hall staff and the Parks Department staff for being out there to do that
Mhm.
because as I've already shared, I have to be in Etobicoke at my granddaughter's ballet recital.
Yes.
But please come and I should write in that I attended I'm not sure Participation Cares whether that's enough activity or
Yeah,
not.
you got to
That Grandpa attended. Trust me, it will be. So great.
We have another fun event here, which is
At the Railway Museum.
Mhm.
And this is a hypnotist comedian
Yes.
because I think hypnotizing people is pretty funny. But it's in August.
Yep.
And August the 2nd, and the doors open at 6:30. We'll tell you more about it in future weeks.
Mhm.
Maybe we'll even have a hypnotist come on. And,
That would be amazing if
yeah,
we could
right, I
arrange
could
that.
quack. Right? No, whatever it is. Right.
Oh, we got Horton Market as well.
Oh, geez, always going on with Horton Market. It's
Mhm.
an incredible place to be every Saturday morning.
Yeah.
And this is Pollinator Week at the
Yes.
Horton Market. See, I can't be there.
And there's a new bee-related piece in Pinafore Park. You've seen the
Yes.
piece that I think Matt Robinson was kind of the lead on that in the Parks Department. It's been Pac-Man. Now,
the design garden.
Bee
You're
City.
wrecking my. I didn't go look yet.
Oh, yeah.
we're a bee city.
So
I think we're A, but no,
Yeah.
we're a bee city.
we're B, the second best,
This is the pollinator,
arguably.
a pollinator city like you wouldn't believe, which is sometimes why I can answer this question for the people who like to email the mayor instead of calling customer service.
Yes.
We sometimes leave the grass a little longer in the spring, certainly in the naturalized areas,
Mhm.
to allow the pollinators to do what they do best.
Really just be themselves.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And so we, I love it. Yeah, how many bee jokes can we have?
I don't know. It gets pretty sweet.
Okay, it was a sting. No, next.
But all that information, if you go to the St. Thomas Proud Facebook
Right.
page, it's all there.
Right.
So head on over there
Yeah.
for all that stuff. We're coming to the end of our time here.
Anything down the bottom we haven't answered?
We got some thanks for your responses.
Yeah.
Aiden saying the report didn't get into any discussion at the council meeting, so I was curious to hear your thoughts. So thank you, Aiden, for following up on that.
Thanks.
Dale Cummings saying thank you, Joe. And Kim Messenger saying she's voting for Joe Preston.
Oh, great. Well, remember, I can still do something incorrect in the next 16 months that may cause you to change your mind. I'll do my best not to get on the bad side of Kim. So we'll just do that right.
Very good. All right. Well, Mayor Joe, thanks
Here
again.
we are again at half hour. Still say the show should be 3 hours long, but we haven't got there yet. So.
One of these days,
That-
the marathon. All right. Thanks to all of our
Thank you
viewers. Thanks to our sponsors. Thanks to you.
Enjoy the longest day of the year, and summer starts tomorrow.
See you next week.
Bye.